Hey guys, welcome to the Microsoft SQL for Beginners course here on Udemy. My name is Brewster Knowlton and I'll be your instructor for all of these lectures. What we're going to talk about in this course is how to use the basics of SQL to help query a database. Specifically, we're going to use Microsoft SQL Server 2012, but the code that you're going to learn can be applied to pretty much any SQL Server version since SQL Server 2005. A little bit about me. I've been in the field of business intelligence and SQL my entire professional career. I've worked with government agencies, hospitals, financial institutions, retail. Primarily right now I've been focusing on banks and credit unions, but all industries I've had some experience with in some capacity as it relates to business intelligence. Specifically, some of my strengths are in training organizations and specific individuals within organizations on how to query data using SQL, how to develop reports, how to use something called SQL Server Integration Services, essentially how to become more business intelligence proficient on all fronts. In this course specifically, we're going to have a bunch of video lectures. There's going to be a lot of practice problems and supporting documents where I think they might be helpful, especially some of the things like database normalization and joins. I have some documents that will really help you understand the concepts a little bit more because the video lectures can only do so much for you. Definitely take a look at those additional lectures, at those additional documents, if the lectures have them, because they will help with your understanding of the concepts. Specifically, we're going to talk about a few things. Literal select statements, which are select statements that don't query a table directly, at least by my definition. Basic select statements, which will query a single table and do nothing else but return some columns worth of information. We're going to filter data using the where clause and sort data using the order by clause. There's going to be a very important section on two concepts. One is normalization, which is a little bit more about database design, why we have some ID columns and why we do things a certain way. And then on joining methods, so the left and right outer join, the inner join, and I touch briefly on the full outer join. Those two concepts are going to be hugely important to your success because rarely is all of our data stored in a single table. So understanding A, why you need to use joins, B, what you're going to join on, and C, how do you actually write the code. Those are going to be really important for you to be successful in SQL querying. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the group by and the having clause. This course is designed for beginners, but we do have some intermediate level concepts that carry through. So if you have some SQL background or no SQL background, I would say that this course is really good for you. If you had some SQL background a couple of years ago and you need a little refresher, this is definitely a course that's going to help you with that. And I try to give you a lot of information without overwhelming you. My philosophy is to try to teach you all the code that is necessary for you to accomplish anywhere between 70 and 90% of the queries that you're going to be asked to complete on a daily basis within your role or within your position. So what I try to give you is the major concepts, the important concepts, with all the necessary details, but not overwhelm you with some of the more advanced features of SQL that maybe you're only going to use 1 or 2% of the time. So this course is going to set you up with a really solid foundation so that if you do decide to go on and learn some of the more intermediate and advanced concepts, you have the skills necessary to complete that. So at this point, start hopping right into the literal select statements, and definitely, if you have any questions, continue to post them. I'm going to monitor the discussion board as much as I possibly can. In the promo video, there is my email. Feel free to send me contacts directly. I really want to create open lines of communication so that I can help you with any questions and any problems that you may be facing. So, best of luck, and I hope you enjoy the course.